Okay, so let's see what you got. We set up our function with my x values. If we use the same x values, this will be a lot easier, trust me. The only time you should change your x values is if you're dealing like with fractions or something. But normally, these are the 5 values that I want to use. Now, when we're talking about this equation, hopefully you use some PEMDAS. You square your x, then you multiply it by 2, and then you subtract by 3. So here I have, for each value of x, evaluated my y. So I'm just going to take this information, put it in my table, and then I'm going to be ready to graph. And where you see this doubling up, that is not a coincidence. All right? So let's plot our points. The first one is 0, -3. So you see how far we're shifting down here just a little bit? You may not see it this early, but that's where the shift is. Whatever C is, that's the shift, right? So since my C is -3, my parabola is going to shift down 3 units. So let's keep going. 1, -1. Did I do that right? 1, -1. 2, +5. And then I go over to the other side, -1, -1, -2, +5, and then connect my points to get my parabola, and you'll see that my parabola looks just like the ones we just did, but it's shifted down 3 units. It's shifted down, and that's not the neatest curve, but you get the idea. So that's what happens when you have a C. The C will shift it up, or the C will shift it down. All right? The biggest mistake you're going to make is getting your Y value. So take your time. Remember your PEMDAS. Okay? Now, you've got another example here. Let's try it. All right? Oh, I keep on forgetting your axis of symmetry. That's something that you're going to have to be able to tell me what that is. Your axis of symmetry is the line that runs through your vertex. So you see how that's the bottom of your parabola, so that's your vertex. So in this function, your axis of symmetry is just the y-axis. This y-axis cuts that parabola in half. In half. So you've got to be able to tell me what is the axis of symmetry. It's whatever the line is that cuts it in half. And in this case, in all the examples we've done this so far in this section, it's the y-axis. All right, so I hope you've gotten all this down, because I'm about to erase it so we can do example 2. I don't want to stop the video. So I'm going to give you another example for example 2. This time your function is y equals x squared plus 2. So what is your A in this example? Hopefully in your head you're thinking 1, okay? It's a +1, so our graph is going to open up. My C is 2, so not only is my graph going to open up, it's going to shift up 2 units. So where do we start? XY table. What are our x's? 0, +1, +2, -1, -2. Now, evaluate your x values, plug and chug each one to get your y. This one you should be able to do in your head. So 0 + 2 is +2. 1 squared is 1, plus 2 is 3. 2 squared is 4, plus 2 is 6. If I'm going too fast, too bad. You should be able to do this mental math, okay? It's 4:45. Now, remember, your -1 and -2 are always going to give you what your +1 and +2 give you. So if these two are right, the next two are right. Fill that in. Go ahead. And then let's get ready to graph our points. So I'm going to come over here and graph. You're going to do the same thing because you've got a nice, pretty coordinate plane there. I hope you still have your straight edge so your curves are nice and pretty and neat. And let's plot our points. 0, 2, right? 1, 3, 2, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we go to the other side. -1 and 3. -2 and 6. Okay, you see that? Then we're going to graph. Get our graph by connecting our points. Let me put this up. And then there's my parabola. See how it shifted up? See how it shifted up 2 units? We knew that because my C was a positive 2. That's it for section 1, guys. In the next section, we're going to add that B. Totally different ball game. That's why we take the B last. In the meantime, make sure you show your work, make sure you think, and make sure you graph correctly.